our circle. Many are our names, yet one is our longing. Oh, gather close and sing as one.
Beneath the moon, beneath the sun,
Though many roads our feet may roam,
in heart and spirit we are home.
May the light be with us, may the peace be within us, may the love between us grow.
May the earth beneath us bring strength. May the waters around us bring healing.
Healing flow
Healing flow,
like the river,
soft and slow,
hand in hand,
and heart to heart.
never truly far apart. May the fire within us bring courage, may the winds among us bring wisdom,
We honor the known and the unknown,
the spoken and the silent,
the ancestors and those
yet to come. Oh, gather close and sing as one.
beneath the moon, beneath the sun,
Though many roads our feet may roam,
in heart and spirit we are whole. We are whole.
though our prayers have different words, our hearts beat together in this moment.
May healing flow where there is hurt.
May hope rise where there is despair.
May kindness guide our hands and our steps.
We are children of the earth, citizens of the stars, and companions upon this turning world. Together we send healing, together we receive healing, together we remember. Oh, gather close and sing as one.
Beneath the moon, beneath the sun,
From earth and stars our song is spun.
many the voices.
Our circle is one. Our circle is one. We belong to one another,
We belong to this living world
and we belong to the great mysteries.
so may it be.
So may it be. So may it be.
So may it be.
Hello everybody, how is everybody doing? We're still doing a final touch on the video, but we got all the audio working well. I did some updates on the computer to make sure it got cleaned out a little bit because we're having so many lagged and skipped frames. So it's been a little crazy getting some of the settings back because I accidentally deleted a lot of our settings.
From stardust
And now I hear that it's replaying this song. I'm gonna change the song back to a different one. I can't get Sooner to repeat properly. I'm trying to limit it to just my music because I don't want to share other people's music because it's not fair. Because it's unpublished and I have to keep an eye on it. So sorry about the switchy there. But we're gonna get it smoothly once I get it over and published. So hopefully we got the sound right and it's not too loud. I'm gonna drop it just a hair. All right, that should be where it's good now. So if you have any issues with the music being too loud after right now, let me know. Yes, it has been an absolutely freaking crazy week. We're gonna talk about it. Our topic is kind of linked to that. So Mama Dragon, we feel your pain. Mystic Manny, that sucks. I'm taking the LOL at the end of your sentence either as maybe you dodged a bullet on that one, or are you nervous laughing because it sucks? Because sometimes we don't want to lose jobs, but also sometimes we realize that it's not the right one. And yes, Perfect Stranger. Good old technical difficulties. But we're good. We got it rolling now. Now I'm just waiting for Rook to sit down. I don't know what he's doing. You have
That's
problems.
what I'm doing. I'm hooting.
Hooty hoo.
Fuckers.
Don't call our guests fuckers.
It wasn't.
That's rude.
It wasn't.
That's what I'm thinking, Hootless. It sounds like a shitty place to work. Well, I'm glad it sounds like bullet dodging. But hopefully something comes your way. If you're okay with it, and you don't have anything else in the back, kind of wait, and maybe we'll do a little bit of magic today after the show for you, if that's okay. You know, I'm a huge fan of key magic, and I can put some keys out there for you if it helps. I'm more than happy to do that. Are you ready?
Sure. I'm ready. We're going to talk about what we're reading? Or?
Yeah, I mean, you were looking like you were going to read right off there before we even got started. I was just double checking.
Not necessarily.
All right, let's just make sure this works and doesn't kick us all out. It shouldn't. But hello. And welcome.
Hello.
We've got a lot of stuff going on today. A lot of discussion. So, paranormal, yes, I knew that you had to work, but thank you for listening. And again, I want to say it out loud. Thank you so much, Paranormal, for the recommendation of the book for the fans. I now have another Nyla book coming. She is awesome. And I liked it so more than I thought I would. I've never read a book like that before, and honestly, it's kind of opened my head up a little bit, and I'm experiencing something a little bit different. So super exciting.
Our shirts, yeah.
Yes.
Your car ended up totaled. What in the world? I'm trying to follow back up.
Oh, so Mama Jan got in an accident a few weeks ago, like maybe a week or 2 weeks ago, I think, something like that, where that rear-ended pretty hard, and they ended up totaling out. I think it was a Rogue, wasn't it? That you guys have, like your mom's.
Oh wow.
We love Rogues. We've had 2 of them, and every single one of them has been amazing.
I would get another one too.
Yeah, if they make an electric one, I thought about it.
They add FSD. I cannot have a car without FSD now. Nope.
I do. I've already ordered her Abalone Prison series.
I'll be riding my
I'm gonna read
swastika
that
car
again.
with FSD. Sorry. I want to read that book
What book?
that she recommended, the one you're talking about.
Yeah, it's good.
Wonder if I could take it this week.
What's good about it is an easy read. There is a lot of tropes in it, so like you know kind of what's gonna happen. She twisted a little bit, but she builds in the romance of it. Not like what is a little sickening, a little too sweet for me in some places. But they're college age kids, so she just builds it in there in such a cute way. It really was a good book.
What does trope mean?
Like expected.
Hints.
Like you medieval books are about the underdog breaking into the kingdom and saving the princess from the dragon. That's a trope. I can't think of the exact definition.
So not like foreshadowing,
It's not foreshadowing, it's like an expected system. Yeah, like a stereotype, but for situations or books. You know, you can figure out what's going to happen because you know the trope, but somehow people like that stuff and still liked it, still enjoyed it.
Is it supposed to be pronounced trope?
No. A trope is a figure of speech or familiar storytelling device that describes a word used in a non-literal way or recurring theme in art and literature. Okay. Metaphors, similes, irony, and synecdoche or synecdoche.
Douche. I like douche.
What's synecdoche? I have never heard of
I
that.
think it's synecdoche. Although douching is not really good for you, I've heard. Takes out the good bacteria.
Cynic. Doge. Okay. The figure of speech where a part of something stands for the whole, or the whole stands for the part, and it's Cynic Dookie. Okay, it does not Cynic Ducky, doesn't it? That's what it says. Cynic Ducky. Synecdoche. Synecdoche? That's really weird. Synecdoche. Okay. So saying wheels to mean car. Okay, are those your wheels, man? That's Synecdoche. Synecdoche. I have to say it right. Whole for the part, saying the law to mean a single police officer. That's the law right there. That's a police officer. Saying plastics to mean cards, or threads to mean clothes. Okay, that's a cool word. I learned a new word, y'all.
But what does that have to do with trope?
Well, if people are talking in a certain way, that a synecdoche is a type of trope. See right here? Common types of tropes include metaphor, similes, irony, and synecdoche.
Okay.
We learned.
Just say the words you mean, people. Just say the words you mean.
Yes. Joy, please enjoy. We are unable to do a lot of things this week. Rook has to leave pretty quickly today for out of town. Unfortunately.
Orlando.
It sucks. So we've had to remove and move and reset things because he's got to head out. Unfortunately.
I gotta hit the road to Orlando for a conference in the winter election.
So unfortunately, no fun. But thank you for stopping in, and sorry we're not there with you guys.
But not all words mean what they sound like.
Yeah, really. I'm kidding.
Well, they should. We should be a literal society. Literal.
I'm gonna go back up and catch up here. Perfect stranger. They got mad. I took my lunch because it was busy, and there was 3 of us. They expected me to work through it and my breaks. Yeah, that's bullshit. Sounds like an excuse more than a reason. Fuck them. Yep. I don't like that kind of shit either. Like, I make my people take their breaks. They have to.
Terrific.
Yeah. Terrific.
Yeah, good point.
I like that. All right. So now that I've learned a new word, synecdoche. That's interesting. I've never thought of... I really honestly never thought through terrific, I don't think. I'm going to have to get me another drink soon. All right. So, reading. I'm going to share 2 books that I'm reading initially. I'm going to change this right here for a minute. I don't know if you'll be able to see. It's called Duck and Cover. Post-apocalyptic nomadic warriors. That is, yeah. First book I read in a weird, like a fiction book that I've read about post-apocalypse, because usually it's games and movies for me. So I bought this signed set from Benjamin Wallace. It's called Duck and Cover. There's 6 books and a short stories. And it has become very interesting. So I finished the first one. It is a lot of tropes too. But I finished this one called Post-Apocalyptic Nomadic Warriors. And I am now into Knights of the Apocalypse. Pretty good, simple, easy reads if you like fiction. Especially if you like post-apocalypse. It's really cool. Very Mad Max style. A lot of Fallout style in it. It's very, yeah, it's good. I enjoy it. So those are the 2. That's the one I just finished, and the book I'm just starting. And Hootless, to answer your question, I would rather be bilingual at a normal level. Because what I'm learning is, as I'm learning something like Esperanto, and I'm really invested, my English is getting a lot better, and my vocabulary for words is a lot better. So I feel like if I sit down and think about it, I do speak pretty well English if I'm really trying, and I write really well. I had an amazing English teacher in high school. I think I've mentioned before. I went to a really good school. I got very lucky at one of the top public schools in the country at the time, in the late 90s. And my Latin teacher, which I took from 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, I took Latin all 5 years, was also my English teacher for 2 of those years, Deb Brooks. And she actually, I know it's funny, isn't it? That was her real name. Deborah Brooks. She actually was teacher of the year a few times, but she was the one who, in the middle of class, if something big was going on in the world, she'd be like, guys, y'all are not paying attention. What's going on? Let's talk about it. And like, it'd be like 2 girls are having a fight, or there'd be some big thing in the news, and we would talk about that instead. So really, really got to express and understand and learn English from an amazing teacher. And so I feel like I got a really good base. Not perfect, but I would much rather be bilingual and have a good combined communication ability, because finding the perfect word isn't always super important to me. And I think it's fine if it is. That better be work.
It is.
Okay. Talking the whole conversation we're going to talk about today is him being responsive at the moment and reactive. Oh no, but he'll mute it for ketamine therapy. So
Sorry, it is. The kitchen has no products, which I don't understand why. I told him to jump off a cliff. I don't care.
Yeah, well, you know what? Perfect stranger. Let me kind of speak on that a little bit. I'm learning Esperanto, and we definitely got to go to the Esperanto conference in USA for sure. We got to figure that out and just make it a thing. What? But you know, like I said, I'm learning that even if I don't speak it, it still makes a big impact. It's important, and it's helping me learn English better. And I'm really opening up to different thought, even though Esperanto doesn't really have its own culture because it's I forgot what they call it, a created language. I'm still finding there's just a culture to it, and I'm learning it a little bit from the people that are becoming part of it. It's like a certain kind of person that wants to learn it. And there's not many places for me to use it, but the fact that you know that other language, I think, is incredibly cool. And if you don't have anybody to speak it, I know this is a long shot for a lot of people, but get in Chat GPT. I've been following Hootlessly a little bit. I've been using Chat GPT to have a conversation in Esperanto. It's really helping me learn it and use it. Right now I have it responding everything in Esperanto and English. So when I say like, good morning, how are you in Esperanto, it'll respond in Esperanto with the English underneath it so that I can read it and then learn it. And then I have some books. So I bought books that are only in Esperanto, or short stories and stuff like that. So the fact that you know it, no good out of it because you're not able to speak it because you're not in the place that uses it. But find somewhere that speaks it. Maybe even on YouTube if you can find a few. And,
Yeah, she should be paid more for that.
Yeah.
You absolutely should be paid more for that.
Stay on the topic and we'll get caught up.
I am. They're talking about being bilingual.
I'm not talking to you anymore.
Why?
Guys. Y'all didn't see it, but he hit me on the shoulder.
This will be a very boring show if you don't talk to me. It wouldn't be very good.
I think it'd be pretty fun. So, yeah, I agree. The only time you'll ever get paid extra, though, is if they advertise for it. So, I think that's a good thing. Hootless, I think I'm going to plan to do the same thing. We'll make it a thing. Because I really want to go. But yeah, anyway, bilinguality I think is really important. But even if I don't use it much, like I'm really trying to converse in public. Like I now know easily how to say, "Are you ready to go? Let's go." Tu vi preta, Siri?
I know, and I need to practice more than Duolingo. I need to get in the books.
If I did just Duolingo, I don't think I would know much, but the book is where it really comes down to. I'm writing it down, I'm doing the actual exercises, listening to it, and then the YouTube videos have been imperative. ChatGPT actually really helped me because I went into it after I've been talking a little bit and I said, hey, look, I'm having a really hard time with direct objects. And it gave me a new phrase to use for direct objects instead of, because in the Duolingo, it doesn't tell you anything. And in the book, it just says, what receives the action? What receives the action? And I'm like, I kind of get it, but then I still get messed up. But in ChatGPT, I said, that's not working for me. What else can you tell me? And it said, thinking about, well, what if you think about the target? Is it the target of the action? If you're reading a book, the book is the direct object because the book is what is being read. It's the target of reading. So if I like somebody, if I like you, it's shatas vin instead of shatas v because you. What's the target of liking? Well, you. I like you. So just that simple phrase change, I'm now getting everything right with the direct objects. And then the same thing for possessives. The Shia, you, yours, and mine. Via is yours. You, V is yours. Via is yours. Vin is you as a direct object. So anyway, it's been very helpful.
Oh, that would be so cool, man.
That would be cool, Manny, and I've thought about it because it's on Duolingo.
And there's, what's the other one? The Star Trek language? Klingon?
Klingon.
Is that on there? And Elfish? Elf? I would like to learn Elf, but it's hard.
High Valerian.
Is that what High Valerian is?
I believe High Valerian is one of the Elvish ones, right? Am I wrong?
Elven, or whatever.
I am going to request for you did that stranger. Right. I agree with the hootless on this stranger. Hearing people talk in Afrikaans to me, it's just beautiful. I love it. And I think that might be true of any language. As long as one other person speaks it in the world, I think it's useful. And if it's not useful, it's still beautiful, and beauty is still useful. We got to keep those small languages alive. Yes, I would love to learn more about some of the small languages and dialects, but they're really hard if you don't know the base language, in my opinion, for me. Slang. Hi, Valerian. Let's do it. Susie Chen, good morning. I have a whole list of languages I want to learn now. I still want to do ASL again. That's on my list. But I don't know if Duolingo is something I can do Afrikaans on it. I don't think it's on there. There's a guy that speaks, like, he's a true polyglot, and he speaks tons of different languages. And one of them is Afrikaans. And it was really neat to hear him speak. And it's very neat to hear women sing in Afrikaans. It is so pretty. Very different sound. I like it. But anyway. Sun to Moon, good morning.
All right. So
my goal is to tell Salem Darakris, and he hisses in response. I don't know what that means, but that sounds fun. Oh, I meant to keep going with my books. We're here talking, and I stopped my books.
Yeah.
Navigating Alzheimer's. So this is one of the books we're considering taking on at our company to provide to new family members. So we like to keep different books. And yeah, so this is one, 12 Truths About Caring for Your Loved Ones. So I'm reading this to see if it works for us, and I think it does. We have a bunch. It's the same place where I got Gathering Blue, The Receiver, or The Giver, and My Two Elaines.
My Two Elaines is really good.
Yeah, we're keeping that one in like the north central area. So The Way of Hermes I'm still reading through, and I've actually made some good progress. I'm about a quarter of the way through. Really slow read because I'm actually going through each passage. The amount of monotheistic Christian feeling in this is way more than I expected. But I'm trying to look at it as if God is something different than what it's saying. Like, it's not the God of the Christian God, because that makes weird feelings. So I'm working through that. And then my next two books are going to be The Next Conversation with Jefferson Fisher, the book and the workbook. And if you need to know and want to improve articulation, communication, how to have conversations and get information, especially with curiosity, Jefferson Fisher's your guy. We've talked about him on here before. And at the end of the show today, we're going to bring a list of different people that we love and references on how to talk. And that's going to be part of our credits when eventually we get to them. Still need to make them.
Hopefully within 2 weeks we have that done.
Jacatus is Dragonfire.
Hopefully we have that screen done within a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Next 2 weeks. We should.
So-
We've been talking about it long enough. We need to do it.
Jefferson Fisher is freaking amazing. I love him, and he's easy to look at.
Oh, really?
You're the one that said it. I
Oh,
heard
yeah,
you.
yes. That's it's handsome.
He just the way he converses, like, is
He's
I've been
easy to
his
look
book is
at.
really good. I've read part of it, and then his just listening to him on other shows and stuff talk about how to have the conversations is so good. Highly recommend it. But we will be talking about him. And that's it for me right now. I've got tons of books on the horizon. I've got the Harmony Kissinger's beginner's book to Hermeticism was recommended. I think somebody here has it, so I'm gonna do it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You know him, dear mother?
Yeah, and you know what's
What's
really
this
cool about
one?
him is like there's such easy things. And Susie Chin, if you don't know or if you haven't heard of her, Brene Brown is another person that kind of talks about like kind of sociology and psychopathy and all these different things. That's really cool. He's amazing. They're both really good. Brene Brown, I'm going to talk about her later too. Excuse me. But I'm going to pass it to you so you can talk about what you're reading.
Thank you.
I'm
All
going to
right.
grab a drink real fast.
I am reading currently. It's part of my Rewiring the Brain. This book is called, oh, I hate that glare, sorry. Hardwiring Happiness by Rick Hansen. And it is really good. It's about how to use neuroplasticity to rewire your brain and your thoughts. And it is so freeing. So that's where I got the idea for our topic today. Part of it, for a responsive or reactive brain, you know, when our brains are responsive, it's healthy, it's thinking about things, it's setting boundaries, it's remaining calm, it's balanced. And the reactive means fight or flight, just reacting constantly, being connected all the time, instantly responding to text, emails for work, just go, 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 go.
I know you can't see it all, but the vagus nerve deck is all about, and polyvagal theory and vagus nerve is all about becoming responsive and not reactive. That is the
Really
whole
liking it.
purpose of it.
I'm going to check out that Brene Brown.
Yes, you'll love her.
I wanted to lend you a book. It's called Firefall.
Hootless, that's how I felt with Shea Bellay's Nietzsche's and the Left-Hand Path. It was way above my IQ. And then I went and read more about Nietzsche and then went back and read it and I felt much better about it. So that's one of those books maybe you have to kind of read it and then do something else and come back to.
And Perfect Stranger, congratulations on that. It's crazy. Like it sounds so simple, but it's not a simple process. But when you really can control your brain and your thoughts, it makes such a huge difference. Like if you can wake up in the morning and think something positive instead of getting on Facebook or whatever and thinking about everything you got to get done today and you'll never get it done and da 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 da. This happened at work. It's like way different if you can just control that way what you're thinking. But this is a really good book so far. Hardwiring Happiness. I'm also reading The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. I'm not very far into that, but
I've got to get that reading.
I'm all about changing my mind.
You know
because
what?
The way I think.
I'm going to add that to my list.
Which one?
The Let Them Theory so we can read it together.
Okay. I have several other books like this that's recommended from a therapy that class I'm taking. I haven't started yet, but one's called Quiet. It's about how powerful the quiet people, the introverts are. There's one called Your Brain is Always Listening, and it's about how to, again, rewire your thoughts and manage how you think. Because your thoughts do control you.
Yes,
So, yeah.
they do.
That's what are all those books? Oh, an Esperanto book, but I need to get more into that. So, Let Them and then Let Me. I'm on the part where now she's talking about Let Me. So let them to, like, kind of take control and let me to move on. So yeah, to let them, yes. And then this is really good with some hardwiring happiness. So when I get done, I'll give a thorough review for it. But to be able to regain control by how you think, something so simple, but it's so, you have to be so present at all times to do it. It's easier every day. Yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations. That's hard to do. I mean, it's not easy. So we see that. It's a daily thing. Right?
So yeah, the Ten of Swords, Hula. So I'm glad you brought that up. There's a lot of real discussion around the Ten of Swords as being the most difficult card in the deck, and to me, it is one that brings to me more destruction than even the Tower does. But people again forget that every beginning or every end is a beginning, and the end of thought. I've never thought of it that way. I've always thought of the Ten of Swords as that something was just out of your reach, and it actually did fall out of your reach, and you failed. But because you failed, something else was allowed to grow in its place. And I go back to the Ten of Swords that's on the Steampunk Tarot by Barbara Moore and Ali Fell. And the way Ali Fell drew it is this gentleman is on top of a building, and he has his briefcase, and he's laid over. He's got the 10 swords in his back, which is your standard imagery. And then off in the distance, you see like this red cloud. Looks like a fire, and it's like he had a message to deliver, and he didn't deliver it. So yeah, end of thought there. I kind of like that. But I always took it as, this was actually the first card I ever did in Sacred Mists, when they told us to pick random cards and write about it. And the first thing I got from it is, you had this message to deliver, you had this package to deliver, and you didn't, and you failed, and you feel pinned down, and it just completely broken. But because you didn't deliver that message, things changed, and this new thing that came up will give you more. It's carnation, smells great. I like that. I'm gonna have to think about that differently. I see all of them as progressions, which the 9 is even scarier to me, because the 9 is you still have some hope, but very little. The 8, you have the most hope that you're gonna make it, but you won't. The 9, like, holy crap, I might not make this. And the 10 says, yeah, you didn't make it. You didn't. So anyway, I got hyper. Talk about tarot.
Tarot. All right. So we want to get started on our topic now.
As long as I can respond to Perfect Stranger's comment, I learn best by hitting my head first and hard. I need that on a T-shirt. Can that be our first T-shirt?
Sure.
I learned best by hitting my head first and hard. Then on the back, maybe put LOL. I don't know. That's hilarious.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Yes, I know we need to do the topic because you want to go early.
Well, I don't want to go early, but I also want to get through the topic.
Do I need to find a new partner for the show?
No.
Because I will. Finn will hold just fine.
Really?
I'll give him a little booster seat right here. All right. Yes, let's go. What are you waiting for?
All right. So between stimulus and response,
he would not like it if I became like him.
What do you mean?
Everything that you're feeling as I keep cutting you off and talking and I'm hyper, that's exactly how I feel all the time. And I can see you biting your lip. It's cute.
I have dry lips.
You would not want me to be like this all the time.
Like what? I do like you like this. This is fun. You're normally not.
Why are you not going?
Hyper.
Keep going.
You're normally not hyper. Narple you.
You missed.
Between stimulus and response, there's a space. In that space lies our freedom and perhaps our greatest magic. So welcome, welcome, welcome everybody. Have you ever sent a text that you immediately regretted? Snapped at someone you love? Cast a spell while angry?
How about we just start with one question first?
Today's question is, are we living from reaction or conscious response?
Can't see, sorry.
You want me to turn the light on?
Have you ever sent a text that you immediately regretted?
Yeah. More probably an email. Than a
Isn't that the
text,
first
too.
question?
Yeah.
Not the fifth one that you
Get your-
just
get-
asked?
get-
Stop.
get- get-
I'm gonna punch you.
Kitties, motherfucker!
I'll turn the video off long enough to hit you. Sorry, we didn't transition back. Okay, yeah. So yes, I've ever sent a text I immediately regretted, but
To me, have you ever?
yes.
Oh.
But why? And almost always the texts that I regret are either because I didn't proofread it first and it makes no sense, or because I was being very mean and not, and that's a reaction, not response. So what does it come back to? It comes back, for me, it comes back to not thinking. Sending a text without thinking. That's really what it comes down to, I think.
Yeah.
When it's a regret. It's just
Maybe it's the way it was said or worded, not necessarily the what it was,
Well,
the topic or the theme.
it's more than that. Even if the text isn't rude, but I felt angry, I regret it.
Maybe that's more of what it is. Like you feel guilty for feeling
Irritated.
Feel irritated or angry. Which
Like I'll send a text to my boss, and
But
it's
you
a
have the
little.
right.
It's nothing wrong with the text, and she responds normally. But in my head, I was irritated, and I'm like, I shouldn't have done that.
I'd be like, why was I thinking like that?
Yeah.
Or why was I? That's really not a big deal.
Mama
Speak to
Dragon,
text.
that's me every time.
It never hears me. It never understands. But then
It's because you mumble. Your grandma said so.
it listens when I don't want it to, and it understands me just fine when I don't want it to.
Your mom said you mumble.
Well,
Me too.
she also can't hear well, so maybe she didn't mean it.
Oh, she meant it.
Uh,
I miss words as my mind is quicker than I can write. Yes. So can I talk about that for a minute, Perfect Stranger? It is so incredibly frustrating to me when I am typing on text, even talking. Talking is better, but typing, I can type faster than people can speak. I practiced a lot. I worked for a transcription company for a couple of years, so I got really good at typing. I can type as fast as people can speak, actually a little faster. So if I'm typing stuff out when I'm thinking, it's amazing. I'm getting it all out there. But when I text, because I have to slow down to think it through, I get actually frustrated. So it's the opposite of this. I'm mad because I can't get out what I'm trying to say. And then when I get to that point, I've lost the train of the thought. It's so infuriating for me because it's not just that I miss words, it's that I can't keep, the words don't match what I'm trying to convey because I'm slowing down to text them, which is why I use speech to text. But then the message isn't what I want to send anyway. So very, very weird interaction with that. What about goes along with it, snapping at someone you love or not being able to spell when angry?
oh yeah, you do that good.
I do.
The snapping.
I do.
Just kidding.
They're very short snaps, but they're there.
They're short snaps. You know that Sun Moon? I've thought of Sun Moon Gemini from our friend that moved to Mexico. That was Dr. Alice. I thought that was Dr. Alice.
Aw.
Are you Dr. Alice? By any chance in Mexico?
That would be great if it was.
That would be so
But she's in
cool.
Belize, not Mexico.
Oh, Belize.
I think.
She says, fuck this country.
She did. She was a
love her.
psychologist, right?
Was she an NP?
No, she was a PhD.
Oh.
Very sure. She was amazing. Some people did not like her because she was really, hi, you're a fucking idiot kind of behavior, and I loved it. She wouldn't actually say that, obviously, to patients, but she was real. And I haven't seen that since, to be honest. But,
Squeaky furry rage silence.
my mind definitely moves faster than the words can come out. I have to slow my mind down. See, and that's the problem. Do you slow your mind down or do you try to speed up getting the words out? Because sometimes what my mind has is really what I want to convey, which is why I'm so interested in telepathy. Because I think we can convey more with and Jefferson Fisher. Let me throw that back out there.
Oh yeah, he's into that.
The reason what he does is he teaches you how to think in a way that conveys things better so that your mind isn't making the mistakes and tripping over itself and finding the right words. It's really cool. So that's a good resource for that. It's okay, Sun Moon. We do love our Dr. Alice, but I seriously doubt she cares about anything online at the moment. She is probably sipping a martini at the side of the beach and making fun of people walking down the street. And good for her. She deserved it. Deserves it.
So I wanted to talk about, it says, are we living from reaction or conscious response. So, reactive mode is a setting of our brain that evolved to keep our ancestors alive when they were disturbed by threat, loss, or rejection. Multiple neural systems continually scan for any sense that something's wrong, any sense that one of your three core needs, safety, satisfaction, and connection, is not being met. While the responsive mode is our resting state, the negativity bias makes us very vulnerable to being knocked out of that state and into the reactive mode. Perhaps you feel apprehensive or exasperated, pulled in different directions, or left out or criticized. This disturbs the healthy equilibrium of the responsive mode and triggers the reactive mode, or the red setting of our brains, which evolved to help our ancestors to escape the eager jaws of predators, scrabble for the last bits of food, and protect babies at any cost. It says in this zone, the amygdala sends an alarm to our hypothalamus that releases stress hormones into our sympathetic nervous system for the hyperarousal of fleeing or fighting. Now, can you imagine like constantly being in a reactive state? Like, I feel like we can be a lot, right? Does that come like from society, how we all feel connected to work 24/7, or some of us do, or what do you think, like, to be in that constant fight or flight, or in a stress hormone, or agitated, I call it an agitated state. Like,
This is what is happening to most people with severe anxiety and traumas, and you get stuck in this kind of loop that's over and over and over because you're reactive. But what happens is there's a stimulus, and within 2 seconds your body has released hormones and has reacting to this, the hypothalamus. All that communication happens in seconds. Have you ever and this is like, to me, when something scares you or makes you jump, how you react first and then you feel the flush afterwards? That's the hormones preparing you for that flight. That's what that actually is. That's your autonomic nervous system prepping. It takes all of the blood away from your gut and from your internal organs, and it goes out to your hands and your big muscles and your brain so that you can fight and run, or fight or flight, freeze, fight, flight, or flop, or fawn. And why that's so important is because these things happen automatically. And the only way, not the only way, but one really good way to address that is through vagus nerve. Because the vagus nerve is the nerve that situates that back and forth between those two symptoms, between autonomic, it's all autonomic. It's sympathetic and parasympathetic, right? One of them brings you into it and one of them brings you out. And the goal is to bring yourself out of that situation until you need it. You know, if a car is coming down me at the street and I need to get out of the way, then I need to activate that system. How much easier is it to activate that system when it's not active all the time? If it's active all the time, guess what? You react to things that aren't necessary.
Want another one?
No.
Oh, I thought you said you did.
No. Nope, I do want another one, but not until after the show, because I'm already kite high.
So, you bring up some good points. So, reactive mode, living on autopilot. Symptoms include, or characteristics, emotional hijacking, fight, flight, freeze, fawn, impulsive decisions, defensive thinking, for sure, ego protection, old conditioning. So some examples could be angry social media comments or responses, road rage, assuming harmful intent. I'm really guilty about that.
Me too. That's
Very
a big
guilty.
one.
Like, especially about my boss. I assume she means harm all the time.
Well, we're not going to talk about it in too detail, but in your defense, when people show behaviors that lead that to be an appropriate response, that's different.
Yeah.
I don't think that's reactive of you, because you didn't assume that until she did what she did.
Never
the way she did.
it.
Yeah.
I was more responsive.
Yeah,
before.
I think you did a really good job with that, and I think that's a different situation.
I think
Now, there are two other people in our lives that both of us are reactive to that we don't need to be. That we assign negative intent, but I think it's just anxiety, and I do it too.
Oh, yeah.
That I need to work on.
And like yesterday, for example, like I have to work on my mood. I've done so well, like for I'd say about 2 weeks. on really being present in the moment, trying to practice, gratitude. In the last few days, 3 or 4 days, I have not. I've been getting irritated again. Like yesterday, we went to a friend's, birthday, and then I had something in my mind I wanted to do. But I agreed I wanted to go to the birthday thing. But then after we went somewhere, and like today, I'm like, God, why did I do that afterwards? Why didn't I stand up? Why didn't I, set my boundaries? Why didn't I leave after that or go do what I wanted to do? It's like, it's not that big of a deal. It was a nice day.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had to reel myself back in. I was doing pretty good for a couple weeks, but
Well, when somebody does something to you that makes you feel like they've gone against who you are, it's hard not to respond. But then you learn, like what Perfect Stranger says, don't take it personally, but go a step further than that, and don't give the person the power over you to change who you are because of who they are. And that is extremely hard. I am not there yet. You know what I mean? Like getting to the point where you say, you know what, you're angry. I hear you. I'm sorry you're angry, because that's going to be really stressful for you. But I got to keep doing what I'm doing. And that's something I'm striving to.
and it feels like, oh yeah, I'm gonna show them like reaction when you're doing that snapping or that response. It feels like, oh, you're more powerful, but really it's kind of like, well, you like I'm feeling now a little bit. I kind of just like not lost control, but I kind of gave away that lost control in my thoughts for the minute,
Yeah, Hootless, I would be interested. Why do you think that is? Why are you constantly accused of being angry? And for me, I'm rarely angry, but I'm constantly frustrated. And it's because I feel like I'm trying to control other people's behavior. Like, why are you doing that? That's stupid. Stop irritating. Stop bothering. But, those little things. And I'm like, why is it such a big deal? Why does it matter? And it's just a matter of needing to chill out for me.
Is it okay if I read a little bit from the book about the responsive mode?
Yes, but give me 1 second. Let's
Yeah.
get caught up in this real
Oh,
quick.
this book. This is a very good study.
Hootless, I don't think that you have a low emotional IQ or very low social awareness, but if I can be very honest, when we first met and we're hanging out, it's definitely hard to read whether you're enjoying yourself or not, or you're
like his face.
yeah. Like I couldn't tell if you're like, these guys are morons,
I know.
or you're just curious, which I think it's more the other. Well, obviously we hung out again and we would like to continue, but we made the decision, or I made the decision anyway, that it's curiosity and it's interest. And we have a lot of our friends are like that, where they're just, they're just direct and very, very specific with their words, and people think it comes off cold. I'm the exact opposite, and people think I come off aloof and like I don't understand. And I'm like, honestly, I understand a lot of things, and I like to be free and flowy with stuff, and that's okay. Like everybody's different, but yeah, that was very interesting. Like we're like, I don't know if that's good, but yeah, so that's how it is. And then Perfect Stranger. Oh, so true. I am a people pleaser, and I've gotten so much better with that. Like significantly better. And it's less people pleasing for me, and it's more keeping the peace. And when I started having my real serious conversations with people, I found, and this is newer for me, I found that I feel even better being able to get those things out there and be like, look, we're going to grow this together and be intentional about it. So again, going from reactive to responsive. So before you read responsive, did we get through that already? Because I think it'll make more sense. Okay.
Yep.
So now that we've talked about the reactive, which I think a lot of us are reactive, we should talk about responsive.
I just want to read kind of how the book I'm reading talks about responsive mode. Imagine a day in which you feel generally fine. After waking up, you spend a few minutes in bed lightly thinking ahead about what some of the people you will see and the things you will do. You hit traffic on the way to work, but you don't fight it. You just listen to the radio and don't let the other drivers bother you. You may not be excited about your job, but today you're focusing on the sense of accomplishment you feel as you complete each task. On the way home, your partner calls and asks you to stop at the store. It's not your favorite thing to do after work, but you remind yourself it's just 15 extra minutes. In the evening, you look forward to a TV show and you enjoy watching it.
Hail Santa!
That's kind of what it talks about for the responsive mode. Then it compares it to the same day through the reactive mode. It says, now let's look at the same day, but imagine approaching it in a different way. After waking up, you spend a few minutes in bed, pessimistically anticipating the day ahead and thinking about how boring work will be. Today, the traffic really gets under your skin, and when a car cuts you off, you get angry and honk your horn. You're still rankled by the incident when you get to work, and to make matters worse, you have an unbelievable number of rote tasks to get through. By the time you're driving home, you feel fried and don't want to do a single extra thing. Your partner calls to ask you to stop at the store. You feel put upon, but don't say anything and go to the store. Then you spend most of the evening quietly seething that you do all the work around the house. Your favorite show is on, but it's hard to enjoy watching it. You feel so tired and irritated by it.
Now you paid twice for it.
Yep.
I don't usually ask you to stop to do stuff on the way home.
No.
I did to my dad every day.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm. Dad, can you pick me up a soda? Can you pick me all the time?
So for our notes, what is responsive mode? Responsive people pause, observe, and choose intentionally. Characteristics of responsive mode or people are curiosity, self-awareness, emotional regulation, observation before judgment, and intentional action. Instead of asking, how do I defend myself, ask, what is actually happening?
Huh?
I'm gonna go get a drink real quick.
So one thing I want to talk about with the road rage, one of the things that helped me through road rage was thinking I have spent in a 365 day year, right? There's no doubt that I've had at least one fully bad day. And I'm allowed to have more than one bad day a year. I pass more than 365 cars. So every day on the road, I can expect that one of those 365 cars has having at least a bad day. And if we did a different one every day, an entire year, I'd see somebody doing stupid shit in a car every day. And we see way more than 365 cars. So their one bad day, that could be their one bad day. They could also be an asshole, but I'm not going to waste my time on that or spend my time thinking about it. So now that I think, oh, when people are doing stupid shit on the road that's dangerous, that's their bad day, they get a pass because A, I'm not going to change it, ever. B, I need to be more focused on my own safety to make sure that I'm able to get out of the way from their bad day. So that's, to me, one of the ways that helped me get through my road rage, because I had significant road rage. Because I took it absolutely personal that they were doing something to me. They got over in the lane because they wanted to hit me. And then I put it under the guise of, oh, well, they're dangerous to other people. They need to be stopped. I'm sorry, it's not my role. I would not use that. That's a very, very, very soft tool. See, you bent it.
Did I really?
Yes.
I apologize. I'll be
Don't
more
do it again.
intentional. That was reactive. I mean, that was responsive. Reactive would have been really, it's that big of a deal. Oh my God, I'm gonna do it. Wow, I'm horrible. Da, da, da.
Well,
He
all
hates
those
me.
things
He's
may
mad
be
at me.
true, but
Kiss me, bitch.
I tried and she ran away too fast. Yeah, I just don't, like, I still get irritated and I'll say shit like, what an idiot or something under my breath or something, but I don't get like the anger and it goes away really fast now.
My baby.
Yes, and also being a motorcycle rider now, I pay, even in a car, I pay way more attention.
She's my baby.
And I don't ride my bike like an idiot. And I'm constantly paying attention to everybody because you just can't trust people. They don't pay attention. But yeah, it is what it is. So that question there, how do I defend myself?
How do I defend myself?
Instead of saying, how do I defend myself, ask what is actually happening. So these, I really love, in a lot of the books that we're reading, they replace questions with another questions. So this goes back to a question that I like. I hate, you never, ever, and I've learned this in my job, I never start with a why question or a how question. It's a did or a what.
Ooh.
There's a word for this, and I can't remember what it is. Did you do this thing? What happened? Because if you start with why did you do this, you've already assumed they did it. You've already pushed it on. Even if you know you don't start with that. It's very offensive, and it's not going to give you the response that you need to figure out something. So I don't ask why did you do this. It's did you do this? Because you want them to admit to it and learn about it. You want to be curious about it. Jefferson talks about that. Diary of a Sea. Everybody talks about being curious as being a way to really help conversations and interactions. Instead of trying to get answers that you want, instead of trying to lead something, instead of trying to argue a point, lead it with curiosity. What happened? What did you do? How did that occur? Instead of why. Why did you do that? What happened? So much different. And that goes along with these questions here. Instead of how do I defend myself, or which it would be a why question, it's what is actually happening. So be curious about it. What's a good example of being curious?
I would think, I wonder, so to me, like, especially with, I know my boss may not be the best, but let's say, you know, when you wonder, oh my gosh, when you're thinking, shoot, like, she thinks that I did that on purpose, as an example, or something, you know. Maybe to be curious would be, oh, I wonder, did I you know, did I come off like I was irritated about that? Or did I try to turn it back on yourself always first, I've learned. So did maybe did I snap at her? Was I defensive? Or how did I say that? To be curious, I've been trying to ask about me lately first.
Very, very important part to that, I think, though, for mental health is it's not a blame. Which, again, instead of saying, why did I act that way? It's, did I act that way? How did I act?
How did I act? That's
what
a good
was
way
the
to put it.
feeling? See, we're using what? How? Like, the words that are giving you more information about curiosity, not assigning the blame. Like, why assign this blame? I think Brene Brown talks about this quite a bit.
Light it, please.
Might be hard right now. I gotta take this to work call real quick. I'll be right back.
All right, yes. So maybe ask, when you're asking what is happening, why or did I, without blame. Loves Family Guy. Oh, what's this? Just kidding, Family Guy refs. Oh, Family Guy, the show. Definitely learn to look at my own behavior in a way that isn't harmful. Taught me a lot of what patterns I do. Yeah, I think that is important, what Salann was saying, not to you know, blame yourself or come down on yourself, but just to be curious in the way you're asking, you know, what is happening, kind of what occurred. Is she really, not to come off thinking, oh, that person's mad at me or whatever. But why does this being reactive or responsive matter, or how does it apply to magic? Magic follows thoughts, attention, intention, like energy, the energy of your thoughts, right? So chaotic or angry or busy energy creates chaotic energy in return. It follows it. Like, so what you're putting out there, maybe what you're getting some of it back. Intention. Absolutely. Intention and attention. Absolutely. And every thought carries intention. That was right in our notes. Every emotion colors our energy. Every spell begins long before candles are lit. I like that. I want to remember that. Every spell begins long before candles are lit. Can we effectively direct energy while our emotions are directing us? Well, an experience from years ago, yes, words are spells. I truly believe that as well. It's important to have a clear energy and intention when you are doing a spell, doing a prayer, doing a working, doing the physical work to manifest something. I ignorantly years ago had wanted a job. I prayed that I got this job that paid more, and it did, and I did. It was put on hold for 6 to 8 weeks, and then when it did start, I did make more. They even paid me a brand new place for those 6 weeks where I couldn't work, but it was like hell on earth. It was like going to battle duty every day. So you have to be really careful with what you're asking for and clear, and then be aware of that energy. I think that is so true, because with that energy you put back, you're going to get it. You will get it back in some way. Maybe someone around here will know. It is a book. It was called The Inner Meadow or something. Expressed the idea of mind fortress or mind tower from about the thousands or 1100s. Anyone know it? Can't even begin to describe how that book changed everything for me. Ooh, I don't know it, but I'm gonna find out. Hold on, let me copy this. I'm gonna look that up. Let's see if it'll let me copy here. Let's see. Hold on, Jehovah. I'm gonna just try something. I don't know what it's gonna put on here, but I want to look for it. Just one moment. We're gonna go here. See if I can quickly find something for you. Oh. Oh, come on here. Do you know what this book is called? All right, let's see here what we can get. Let's look it up. Searching. This rings a bell, but I don't think I have enough to identify it yet. A few possibilities to mind based on your description. The idea of an inner fortress or castle of mind is most famously found in The Interior Castle. Does that sound familiar? Oh my god, I've got to search and I don't know where I'm going. The Interior Castle?
Like you're using my ChatGPT?
Uh-huh.
You're welcome. I hope you didn't use the wrong chatbot.
How do I get back the Interior
Because
Castle?
if you did, you'll mess up my memories and all my stuff.
Oh,
What are you trying to get back
with
to?
the energy here.
Oh.
Does that sound familiar? The Interior Castle? Let me look on my phone. Let's see.
I don't know what an interior castle is. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
We're talking about a book, so maybe someone around here, Ben Jehovah, will know. It's a book that was called The Inner Meadow or something. Expressed the idea of mind fortress or mind tower from about the thousands or 1100s. Can't express how that changed everything for me. What did I say was it?
What happened here?
Oh, I typed a website, so I don't think it went to yours.
Oh, you opened up a whole new browser.
Yeah, can you see what it said? The
Nope.
Interior Fortress?
Gotta go. Have a reportable.
Oh, all right. That could be it. Well, lots of it. We're going to keep looking and see if we can find it. Ben Jehovah. Energy opening things. Learn a lot from Alan Watts. Let's start going down this path. That could be it. What's the beast? All right. So we're going to see, because I'm curious now about that book. The next area, my notes to talk about was energy versus emotion. Emotion is not the enemy, and suppression is not the goal. Emotion is not the energy, and suppression is not the goal. Observe our emotions, feel them, name them, then decide how to work with them. In doing so, we can transform anger into purpose and fear into wisdom. So let's talk about this. Kind of is like to me.
for a minute.
Kind of sounds like the so we're on the next area, which is energy versus emotion. Emotion is not the enemy, and suppression is not the goal.
Did we find the book?
I'm not sure. He said it could be. I was trying to find where I was to look up that title, but I
Right here.
didn't want to mess it up. Okay, what does it say? The first one, the interior castle.
Is most famously found in the interior castle, where the soul is described as a castle with many rooms leading towards spiritual union. The concept of a mind palace, also called the method of Loki, is an ancient Greek and Roman memory technique, though there's more about memory than spirituality in some modern meditation. So the inner meadow doesn't immediately match a well-known book title, so it may be a small piece of blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
By Saint Teresa of Avila. The interior castle study.
All right, so we just say, tell me
Saint Teresa of Avila.
more about the interior castle. Who wrote it?
In 1577, 5 years before her death. At this point in her life, she had been granted the highest mystical graces.
If you're interested in symbolism, mysticism, or the inner landscape of consciousness, The Interior Castle is one of the most influential books ever written. Sounds like this might be it.
Maybe
Written by Teresa of Avila.
Ooh.
Is that it?
Or Saint Teresa of Jesus. I do remember it being by a nun. Okay, so that should be it.
All right.
I'm interested in this book now because you have said that it was so helpful. So let me look that up. The Interior
Love.
Castle. Let me see. It may not even be available on Amazon, but let's see. I'm glad that it helped you. What is there one area like that in general you could say it helped you with Ben Jehovah, like thoughts, mind, control of your thoughts, or
It's called The Interior Castle.
okay, let's see. Okay, by Saint Teresa of Avila. Interior Castle. Okay, it's
You get two of
available in
them.
language. Overnight. Let's see, is this the one? Saint Teresa of Avila. Why is one $12 and one $25? What's the difference? I get the cheaper one. But
9 languages, 7 formats. St. Teresa of Avila. This is a study edition, so it's got. You can get that one, but I'd get the study edition.
you would?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wonder what the study edition
Because
does.
study editions give you information about it, as opposed to
okay.
just the writings themselves. It's kind of like our Kabbalion is a study edition.
A
We're going to get it and see if it is.
A profound spiritual journey depicted as moving through the inner rooms of a castle towards union with God. It's 500 pages, or at least this one. Let's see what this says. Kindle. Alright, still not too bad. The Interior Castle is considered Saint Teresa of Avila's masterpiece. She wrote this last work in just a few months in 1577, 5 years before her death. At this point in her life, she had been granted the highest mystical graces. This book is the fruit of her lived experience and a deep felt praise of God for it. More than a book, The Interior Castle is a powerful image of the mystery of the human person. It is, in a very real sense, Teresa's soul. Using the image of a castle, Teresa describes the soul's progressive inner journey through 7 dwelling places until finally reaching the center, where, now transformed, it is united with God. I want to know how hard it is to read because,
That's why you get the study version.
okay, if I can't understand it, won't read past 5 pages.
The study version, usually, they are the ones that help you figure that stuff out.
May look at the reviews. Customer finds this book is to be an excellent study edition, with one mentioning it serves as a great way to deepen prayer life. The writing style receives positive feedback, with customers appreciating the text itself and one noting the author's excellent job of expounding on St. Teresa's writing. I recommend reading it along with Dan Burke's book, The Devil in the Castle. Easier to read than some bigger print and has a nice study section. Bought 2 versions of Interior Castles, this one and an economy one. This one is larger print and is slightly differently worded. I like comparing the two. This also has a synopsis and author comments on the sections. Far above.
Bunny's an inner meth house. I hear ya.
Okay, well, let's see here. Will it come tomorrow when I'm not here? Shitty, shitty.
Shitty kitty. Oh, shitty kitty.
I like when we read books together, to tell you the truth. Do you?
Sorry, guys. My apologies. I got all this. I got to do a quick reportable.
All right, so let's see. Okay.
I'll be done in
Thank
2
you,
seconds.
Jehovah. We have ordered it, and just grab Inner Crack Shack. Yeah, yeah. Show it, boo. Show it, boo. Show the Inner Crack Shack. All right. Okay. Oh, what's the trap house? Meth dealer. That's the
Grief.
job I had to leave for a better future. Okay. I may have an inner murder room. Let me catch up real quick. So I was looking at the book. And none is a method that can help nearly anything. Like John Kimmy is alive and lives in my inner trap house. You really should read it. Mine is in our meth house. It's very hard for me to read. I feel you. Angry me is the inner rage room. I may have an inner murder room. Yep, inner crack house. Well, I have a meth dealer for years, so I have to job for a better one. So thank you, Ben Jehovah. We have ordered 2 copies, and we'll be reading it. Not that we need any more books, but books are like treasure to me. So we'll definitely check it out. So the goal: transform anger into purpose and fear into wisdom. All right, my next notes are on the nervous system as sacred ground. Grounding, breath, and centering regulate the nervous system and help us reconnect with spirit. I hate breath work. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I don't like it. So one of my mentors told me I don't have to breathe and count breaths. Just focus on every other part of the meditation, because breath work actually for me is more it's more distracting. So but grounding, breath work for those that it works for, and centering regulate the nervous system and help us reconnect with spirit. Rather than forcing magic, create conditions where it naturally flows. So definitely for me, grounding, like in the form of walking, works really well for me, or sitting on the ground. Meditating, I've been really doing a lot of guided meditation lately, which is really nice. Music really helps me to get into a meditative, relaxed state. Walking, as I said, and incense. Would you guys do anything different to ground or center? Got fired after getting raided. Oh wait. Got fired after getting raided, but I'm recovering now. I just wanted to stop dealing for a while. That is awesome. It helped me be more myself and learn the old lessons while leaving the life that I learned behind. It's also helped with meditation, writing, and painting. Walking, oh yes.
Okay.
Sitting in nature, walking, sitting in the grove,
Should
and
officially
music.
be done.
Walking, sitting, singing to me really helps me. Like, and just singing things of gratitude, like, you know, whatever's, oh, it's, you know, it's a great day, I'm here, I'm thankful. I did that yesterday and it really helps. Something about maybe it's like breath work does for some people, but like the tone and the words they're singing really help me to connect to things. True body water helps. Oh, dancing. Oh yeah.
I like writing.
Writing? That's a
Writing
good
really
one.
helps reset.
What's fireballs?
Nothing. That's not. I don't know why it's doing this. I like writing, and then setting the writing to music has been very helpful. Listening to the words that I wrote come back at me has been phenomenally amazing in my life. Like right now, you guys probably can't hear it that much because it's so low in the background. But again, I'm just gonna point out, I wrote words to all of this music, and it sounds good. But when it's put to music, it does something different to me.
I want to thank you. I want to hear about like that, like how that's helped you, because I do want to take your suggestion and write my own guided meditation with music.
Hearing your own words set to music is an amazing feeling. It's something. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it just, I don't know, it wakes something up for me.
There's a my favorite meditation currently is one. It's on Spotify. Through Better You, I've found a lot of good ones on Spotify.
Ooh, Mama Dragon, putting yourself in a body of water. That is the one good thing about having a pool, and I know it's not the same, but when I really am not emotionally sound, any body of water, the way it kind of hugs you, it makes it feel so good to me. I put my goggles and my earplugs in, and I go down to the bottom, like the 6 foot side, and that pressure it really helps reset me if I'm going crazy.
I like music and spoken word together, and there's this meditation. It's on Spotify. It's titled Awareness, and it's by Ram Dass, Ramdass, Boreta, Boreta, and Superposition, and it's one of my favorite
Type it.
meditations. It is probably
Type it where I put it.
where?
Right here on the note. I'm going to save this note.
Oh, okay. So meditation
Making a list of credits that we want to put.
is awareness. Titled. It's less than 10 minutes, I believe.
There's a lot of meditations that I really like. Sometimes spoken word meditations mess me up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of times there's these music sounds that just like feel like they're dragging you into it. And it reminds me of the never-ending story at the end when he's writing Falcor. That is the feeling I get with the right music. And it feels like I'm being pulled into the world, into the
You
universe.
should put it in the Discord too. Ooh,
We will.
Okay.
That's the whole reason I'm doing it.
I wonder if I can share it from Spotify in there. I don't know.
I'm sure you can.
Okay, we'll put it in there. I like it.
We'll share. We're making a list of things that we'll share. All of it, like our favorite YouTubers, psychology, psychiatrists, books, things like that we're gonna share.
There's this playlist, more than one on Spotify, but Brian doesn't like Salann doesn't like part of it. But I was doing laundry yesterday and listening to it,
I don't like rap.
and the variation of styles was so cool. It had rap, it had hip hop, it had spoken word, it had goddess like chanting stuff in there. It was just amazing. And there was this one song called about like the different color of eyes, and it was just so talking about how like it was kind of like a rap, but it was so good. So you can find a lot of good meditations and meditation playlists and guided meditation playlists on Spotify, which is really cool. But I do want to write some of my own. I think that would be really nice.
Yeah, what's really helpful is once you write your own, you can put it into ChatGPT and tell it don't change the words, but help us add the choruses and the bridges, and
Like
it will
polish it.
Yeah, it'll polish those things for you.
It's
really neat.
Mama dragon, we will. Squeaky furry silence. Squeaky furry bun.
Polyjamorous, I love that.
Polyjamorous, yeah.
There's something about what you were listening to yesterday that just detracted from the meaning for me, and it jived. That's why I went outside.
Huh. Oh, I was into it.
Yeah.
I was loving it.
All right. What else? What else is on your list of things that you wanted to talk about?
I wanted to talk about how reactivity blocks spiritual connection. Reactivity can reduce intuition, increase projection and assumptions, and create inner noise. What do we think about that? Reduce intuition, increase projection and assumptions. To me, it can block me, for sure. Like I can be blocked from blocked it. Negativity can block me from or being reactive from the connection that I have to whatever I'm doing, whether it's work, spiritual stuff. What about you?
It's hard to connect when you're reacting.
Yeah.
Because you're reacting, and reaction is literally the opposite of connection.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we're reacting to something, it's kind of like I mentioned earlier, you know, when we touch a hot stove and we yank our hand back, our brain is not involved in that pathway of the neurons. It goes into your spine and it automatically comes right back out before your brain's even recognized it. There's no connection. It's a reaction. And so when you're being reactive, you cannot connect. If you're having severe anxiety, if you're having these thoughts, you can't connect, which I think is really, really important.
Oh, who put that?
So that's something that I think about a lot. Is kind of really, I guess, just interesting and kind of thinking it through. Changing that reactivity to response is because you add the connection back in. Ben Jehovah, folk metaphysics. There's a lot I really love, and there is some rap music that I like. There is some spoken word that I like, but it's very specific. It's very, I have to really get into it and hear it, but I'm basing my comment off of what he was listening to specifically yesterday. Did not do it for me. I didn't like it.
It is something about, for me, going through the different styles, Scottish chanting, rap, spoken word, like that switch of styles was really good. Scubrious?
KS hasn't told us anything yet about that paranormal.
Chainmail. Ooh. While meditating because of simple repetitive notions. Yeah, emotions.
I think Diamond Art is very much like your chainmail for me. Like, it lets me focus on other things while keeping my hands active. It's almost like a fidget spinner or something, like a fidget tool, because it helps combine everything to one place so I can get it all together.
I'll put one in the Discord. Oh, please, Ben Jehovah, of that Scroobius, can you put some in there and tell me where you're putting it in? I have a hard time to go in all the chambers and rooms. I'm trying to be better.
Perfect Stranger, Trance, and House.
Oh, yeah.
And binaural beats together. Whew, puts me over the edge, along with the bass lines and the drops. I absolutely agree. 100%. But mine is definitely of the trance and house kind of movement. Both vocal and non-vocal.
I'm going to put some of the ones that I was listening to and see what y'all think, too. For
Dubstep?
what it's worth. Billy Porter, even.
Dubstep can be pretty good. I have a book by Billy Porter I want to read. I think it's Billy Porter.
Did I not save? Oh, the Eye Color Ballad. That's what I like. I'm going to save some. Hating Stuff. This is like a... Hating Stuff was kind of like a... What's the Simple Plan? Like that kind of music. Like alternative. It was really good. Why am I wasting my time hating stuff? I'm going to put some of these in there.
You should.
One from each of the styles. You show me if I learn how to do it. So do they have to have Spotify, though, to listen to it?
Yeah.
So I'd have to find it somewhere else to share it, like on YouTube or something?
Yeah, if you want it to be universal, yeah. But yeah, unfortunately, Spotify doesn't let you listen to music if you're not a member. I don't know how many of you have Spotify, but we do a lot of listening parties. Well, not a lot, but I've been doing listening parties quite a bit in Discord. Our Rhythm Bot will play it in there, and so will Spotify directly.
Sweet. Perfect
Maybe
stranger.
while we're doing the rest of our day, we can put your stuff up on Spotify, and we'll do a listen after the show.
Awesome, Perfect Stranger. Thank you. I'm going to check that out.
Yes, and guys,
Jehovah,
please,
show the world.
please feel free to share anything you want in our Discord. It is for you guys. Like, there's a music section, the spicy book section, alchemy books, books are alchemy, articles, shares, creative corner, all that stuff is for you guys to use.
I gotta go cheat too now. Excuse me,
Exactly, Squeaky. It helps stem. Although the difference, I think, is with chainmail, you really have to have like a talent, and it's way more of an art to me than our diamond art is, because it's a little bit mindless. But the chainmail, it takes a talent. Like, you have to be really good at doing it. I think.
I'm motherfucking tea.
Stay here, Ma. Let me go pee real quick. Excuse me, Ma.
I love Spotify.
Stay, Ma.
Right now, we're listening to Spotify. This is Mac's 2 Cores Hyperthread album. Again, all music I wrote. I love it. And we're going to put out the other music you were listening to is going to come out on Spotify. I just haven't done the project yet. It takes a bit to get all of that together. I got to set aside a weekend to get everything uploaded and ready to go. So that's going to take me a minute. But eventually it will be on Spotify as well. But yeah, as soon as Rook gets back, we're going to hit our last 2 pieces and then move forward. We are, and sorry about the interruptions for work. I see where Rook is truly not understanding how to use our PC. It's easier to run. This is the non-house version of my favorite song that's playing in the background. And I have a house version of it that I really love. I guess. I don't know. It sounds like it requires some finesse. But I do think that from like a spiritual perspective, one of the things that that I need to focus on a little bit better is really looking at how I'm reacting. And I'm good at giving advice, but I'm not always good at taking it, which, you know, is probably true for a lot of people. Ooh, I like that, Benjova. Man knitting. That's funny. I finally dropped the rope. That phrase right there is the most meaningful part in this entire book or show, or I'm sorry, neither of those things. Song. When I was writing the poetry, it was basically speaking to times in my life where I was in bad places and made attempts on things that I shouldn't have made attempts on, if you catch that drift.
Hey, got some bangers.
Some slewer sliding, they say. And unfortunately, I was in a very bad spot, so the point where I finally dropped the rope, where things were actually going to be okay. So there is meaning in the music, always.
Man knitting. That's cool.
I love man knitting. But yes, the advice thing, man, I can talk to people. We do coaching. I have a whole coaching program set up. A couple people have actually taken advantage of it, and I get really, really good conversations, and they're like, man, this is great advice. I've heard it before, and I just don't do it, and then they actually do it. Like, this is amazing. I'm like, yeah, I need to do the same thing. And that's where my, what do you call it? My imposter syndrome comes from, because I can tell people, and I know, but doing it is hard. But, yeah. And thank you for that. A lot of progress has been made over the years.
Mm-hmm.
What about...
I love him.
Did you do the pagan perspective?
Mm-mm. You want to read my notes on that one?
Many pagan traditions emphasize relationship rather than control. Relationship with nature, spirits, ancestors, gods, goddesses, communities, ourselves. Listening requires presence. Presence requires responsiveness, not reactivity. I like that. Oh yeah. It's your inner rebel telling your inner tyrant to piss off. Ooh, I like that one. I love the inner rebel. By the damage I've done, proof that mercy hasn't been unplugged.
Borrowed time.
Light.
Light.
It'll be alright. He doesn't know my words, but that's okay. And yes, Ben's spitting facts. What do you guys think about that, though, from a pagan perspective, since we focus so much on relationships in the pagan world and so many other places? We have to be present. And I think allowance is a part of perspective and responsiveness, right? When we allow things, we're giving it time and space to exist and to observe it so that we can form response versus react to it. My allowance box is exactly that. It's to prevent me from reacting to it because it hurts. So I put it in the box so that I can poke at it and prod it and kind of beat it up a little bit, move it around, and then I can respond to it so that it doesn't hold that same power. You know, they say paranormal, if you listen, he'll tell you what he wants. And you'll know it because it's the right thing that you choose, and that's it. I don't know how true that is, but that's what they say. Sometimes I wonder who they are, though, you know? My resins. Oh, this smells so good. It sucks because you can't smell it after a few minutes because we're so used to the smell already. But it's Copal, Hojari Copal, Dragon's Blood, and then what I'm calling our world mix, which is the mix of all the leftover stuff over the years.
That is really cool.
Like literally the past 6-7 years.
Oh, that smells nice.
That is a complexity that I've never...
A little charcoaly.
Yeah, we need to do some more charcoals.
What about...
Ben has a wine cellar for bottled up emotions. You know...
Those are good.
Maybe it's time to open up some of those bottles.
It's like pegs. A little bit.
It's the story that somebody told me one time, and people have heard the story. It's not just mine. Where this guy, he's like, they keep getting this bottle of wine, you know, for special occasions. Here's a bottle of wine at your wedding. Keep it for a special occasion. Keep it for a special occasion. Then his wife dies. He's like, the special occasion should have been every day. So pop the bottles and work through them.
I'm popping bottles of the ice.
Saving them. 99. That was the year I graduated high school. That was a very tough year.
Oh my god, me too. It was.
Extremely tough year for me.
Oh.
A lot of very emotionally trying things happened in 1999 into 2000 with a person who did not give a shit about me, who was cheating on me with multiple people, who was one of them being his actual cousin, among other very strange and odd things happening in my life. So yeah, oof. Pop the bottles. I like that, Mama Dragon, wearing your fancy clothes to walk in the woods. Ooh, that's really good. Smash rooms. Oh, I've never done a smash room, and I want to. We did do an escape room yesterday, which was really fun.
That was fun, but I don't know if I can figure out the answers.
It's not meant for any one person to. That's why you have a group.
It was a lot of fun, though.
Yeah. Yes. It was, the whole thing was a big nightmare of mess.
Oh, yeah, some hillbilly mess. And I'm excited about those cards. I want to order the cards.
Yes.
So let us know when the cards can be ordered. I will send you my money immediately.
Smashes release a lot of energy, help them anger. Yeah, you know, Perfect Stranger, when I used to work in restaurants, we used to go in the groups of us would go into the freezer and just scream. It's freaking hilarious.
I'll get the hose.
Yeah. I want to do a smash room too. We should do that. This is a good song. Mr. Line, now the boy ain't waking up today. I've got Bleon in my heart. So it's all about this song is all about a guy who wants to do nothing but help, but got so downtrodden and mixed up in all the mess that he started making mistakes and actually killed somebody. How do you recover from that? And you can. That's the point of this song. And that's one of my favorite lines is if Mercy's unplugged, if Mercy is real now, help me learn how to plug it back in. But anyway, yeah, screaming does two things other than just letting the energy out. It lets you let go of other people judging you because, you know, you don't let a scream out. There's a guy, oh my god, what's that crazy weird dude that does now I've got to find this other guy. He's really good. See if I can figure it out. Weird, you keep going.
Before replying to someone, perhaps pause, take one conscious breath, ask, okay, what am I really feeling? Is this mine? Am I reacting or responding? The single breath may be the most powerful spell you cast all week. So I have some questions after those thoughts. When do you notice yourself becoming reactive? Do you notice yourself becoming reactive, or is it often after the fact and you think, oh shit, why did I say that? I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. You know, when do you notice yourself becoming reactive? I can kind of feel it now, like when it's building up, and luckily have gotten pretty good at most of the time curtailing or stopping it and thinking, okay, like this is not right. You're overreacting. What about you all? Now, before I noticed after a bum 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 bum, and then I would notice I'm becoming reactive. What about you all or anybody that wants to? When do you notice that you're becoming reactive? Energy shifts in my body, like to someone leaving, rejecting, etc. So you can kind of feel it, like through energy on Perfect Stranger.
Say that again.
I was asking, when do you notice yourself becoming reactive? Are you able to notice it before and kind of control it, or is it after you like blow up, or after you make a statement, or you're like, oh shoot, I didn't really mean that. Why did I do that?
I didn't know it before, but I live 85% of my life reactive. Like at work, I have to be like this. The phone react. I have to immediately respond. I cannot function if I don't immediately fix, respond, get things done. It blows my mind, and I'm having a really hard time with it, but I've actively been working on it.
Good, because that constant reactive mode, whether we think we need to or not, I feel like it can really affect mental health. And health, not just mental health, but health. Does anybody think that? Agree? Disagree? Being in a constant fight or flight. What was the other word? Fight, flight, or constantly being in that reactive response on it, in tune and connected. I think it's not good for our mental or physical health. When I feel my temperature literally rises. Oh yeah,
That's a good one. I've
like
noticed
getting flushed and warm.
I notice I become more reactive when I get this feeling. It's kind of like ASMR, but instead of ASMR, it's like snow. Like ASMR, the autonomic sensory motor reflex. People call ASMR the sound. That's not really what ASMR is. We talked about this last week.
Is that, that woo? Like that?
Yeah, it's like woo, and it goes up your whole body. That's the autonomic sensory motor reflex.
I want to get.
Not everybody knows why it even exists, but most of us think it's like, I feel like that's my connection. That when that happens, I've connected to something. Yeah. But opposite of that, I get this feeling in my body, and just there's a little shake, and I want to stomp it out, and it feels like chewing on aluminum foil, but in my body. A little less severe. And when that happens, I know I'm getting ready to be reactive, but that only happens when I'm extremely stressed. So when I'm generally just reactive on normal stuff, that I don't get that. So I haven't really learned what my thing is.
When I'm feeling sorry for myself, well, that could be that. Okay, you're reactive. Okay, thank you for sharing that with us. Kind of separate from that, but on the top of ourselves, I feel like we've got to be good to ourselves and positive to ourselves. A lot of times we think and say negative things about ourselves. That's not good. All right. Have you mistaken emotion for intuition? Oh, for sure. I definitely have done that. I have mistaken emotion for intuition. And it can be tricky sometimes, but that can be a tricky one. But I've definitely done that. Have you ever mistaken emotion for intuition?
Yes. Because a lot of times, in both ways, sometimes I've thought it's an emotion when it's intuition, and vice versa, because I'll feel it in my gut, but then I'm wrong. And one of the things I've learned to help that is why I meditate. It's why I try to clear my mind first. Because once you get those things kind of done, then the other stuff falls. The intuition is a lot easier to read and hear.
Sometimes I have to be careful to not mistake suspicion for intuition. Although they can go hand in hand. Sometimes your suspicions can be correct as that's your intuition. But emotion and suspicion, or suspicion based on emotion, sometimes I can mistake that for intuition. Alright. Has slowing down changed the outcome of a situation? For me, absolutely. If I pause, not only does it help me to think before I say or do something, but that pause or slowing down helps me to reset my mind, which helps go from a reactive to a responsive state and respond appropriately a lot of the time. What about for you all? Has slowing down changed the outcome of a situation for any of you? You know, have you been able to feel yourself getting upset or angry and been able to wait, slow down, reprocess it, and then one, change how you're feeling or thinking, and two, like shift your body, your mind on a physical plane by slowing down?
Ooh, I think this is him.
Who are you looking for?
Yes, this is him. My God, this has been getting on my nerves all day. Well, not all day, since we started talking.
I'm sorry, I don't know what they're saying, y'all.
I am adding, this is why I've been kind of not paying attention for a minute, because this has been driving me nuts until I found this guy, Julian Blank. Thank you, ChatGPT, for getting it right when Google got it wrong 6 times. But he has, he's like a self-help coach and guru who talks about a lot of this stuff. And he's really good at getting people out of their comfort zone and kind of letting go so that they can be better. Anyway, I can move on now.
I steal emotions. I tend to not deal with them. Is anything other than data? Hard to tell if they're mine or someone else's. I'm more like borrow, I guess. And then I've been guilty of that and not noticed too much later. What about you, Salann? Has slowing down changed the outcome of a situation for you? Have you been able to catch it at times and be like, oh?
Well, I used to not know what that feeling was, and I learned that that feeling was my body saying I've hit my limit. It's literally my CPU's at 100%. And so when that feeling happens, I can just stop. 3 minutes max is all it takes. Mindfulness, walk around, let everything go, don't answer the phone, and I can come right back to a place where I'm comfortable again and can breathe and function. And that gives me that space to exist for a minute and not be reactive. Because again, like I'll spend an entire morning for 4 hours being reactive to every single thing that pops through and missing out on so much stuff because of that reactivity that I can't function. And then that reset happens, that feeling happens, and I can do it. But now I'm trying to learn how to find it before I get to that moment of, like, the fuck, this is too much. And I will be honest, I don't know if this is the gods and goddesses testing me lately, but I have been surrounded with certain people who are pushing me to that limit daily. And I'm trying to not take it personally and not get nasty.
Yesterday, I kind of did. If it's one of the same people, I said, your anxiety is so bad, and that's not good. I said, that's negative. I don't know if it's the same person. I said, it's very negative, but you need to figure out how to control it.
In my brain, it's your anxiety is so bad, it is now negatively affecting me.
Me, absolutely.
And I don't want to be that way, but
I can't be around
I'm afraid, right, that's what I'm saying. There's a point where I'm going to have to say, I can't be around this because it's affecting me, but I have to learn how to make it not affect me first.
Who's texting you?
So there's a boundary that needs to be set up and respected. And the person is a very good person.
Very good person.
Somebody I would love to continue being around and knowing, and just very good people.
I love this person. Very funny, hilarious. I feel very connected. like on the same wavelengths.
And just so you guys know, I haven't said it in this many words, but we have talked about it frankly. Like we haven't been quite, like we've been talking about it actively and expressing these things to that person. So it's not like we're talking, I don't feel like we're talking about just so they know.
It's
like
something I've like as I said, I said it to them.
We've been actively talking to them about it.
Yeah.
Or her.
Yeah. With this person, literally, we're on the like kind of can finish each other's sentences immediately. Like I'll say something stupid, like a little rap or rhyme, and this person picks it right up, and I love that to death. But it is not something that I'm talking about that I haven't said to them.
Yes, but I'm trying to interject my brain into my autonomic nervous system so that I'm not doing the automatic reaction. I think that's the whole thing of what we're talking about today, is finding that moment where you can plug in and say, oop, nope, I don't need to move my hand because the stove is not hot. Right? That's the learn. That's what I need to learn.
You brought up mindfulness, which is so important. How does mindfulness, or how do you feel mindfulness strengthens your spiritual practice or your daily, like, interactions with people, but spiritual as a person?
Mindfulness and meditation have been the most important practices I've ever taken in my life. My graduate studies required it before we could progress into the graduate program, which I cannot believe that is what it was, but it was absolutely critical to me being who I am and how I'm still acting today. Mindfulness needs to get to a place where I'm mindful all the time, or mindful more often, and I'm not there yet. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe mindfulness shouldn't be an all the time thing because maybe that's being too reactive. But mindfulness has allowed me to reset my brain when I need to reset it. In the middle of conversations, when I had my difficult conversations with my team these past 2 weeks, mindfulness is a practice I did before them where I actively seek out to become real and make sure that I'm grounded, which has had a significant impact on the conversations. If I'm having conversations with somebody and I feel things start bubbling up, I stop and I can do my mindfulness exercises, very specific exercises. Now, what I did not know before that I know now is these are all about the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system reset. They're all vagus nerve activities. So doing the mindfulness activity is about making sure that my autonomic nervous system doesn't say, what the fuck's happening? Where's the tiger? You gotta run, gotta hide, gotta save, gotta protect. And that mindfulness is saying, no, I don't need to run. There is no tiger chasing me. This is not an end of my life situation. So I need to react accordingly, and I can reiterate or regress back to that mindfulness, and that's what helps me get to that space. It's very difficult. And that is, Squeaky Silence is saying it right now. You know, you live in survival mode your entire life. In ways, that's what we're talking about, because survival mode is the autonomic nervous system being ready to react to all of the traumas and situations so that you can survive. And we have to know that we're not in survival mode. There's nothing right now that's coming for my life, so I can react measured and non-reactive and responsive and mindfully, and making that change is what allows us to do that, where we're not stuck in that mode of survival. And I think many of us are stuck in that mode. And when you start coming out of it, it's uncomfortable because you're like, wait a minute, I can read a book. I don't have to be so anxious that something's trying to kill me or take everything I've worked for, that I can do something I enjoy. I can go out into a group and be okay around people. Like, I can really do that. That's what I think comes out of all of that. That's I think where the whole point of this is getting to. You know, I've been homeless for almost 1.5 years at one point when I was very young. And it was traumatic in some senses, but it also was, when I actually dealt with it, I was probably in my early 20s, when I started doing the work of how that made me feel, how that affected me, how you didn't know where you were going to wake up. And I learned a lot of very positive things out of that. That's where my mindfulness journey really started, and started working with the autonomic nervous system. And then, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, when I first met Scarlett, and we started learning that we had gone in the same circles and we had missed each other by weeks, and like in our same circles.
That's neat.
And you know, her pushing me, and we haven't had a whole lot of interactions, but some very specific intentional interactions we've had where she's pushed me on some things, and talking to her about polyvagal theory and all of those things, and really having that discussion about EMDR and yada yada has really had a profound impact on how I process information, and it's very, very, very meaningful.
Medicine Bruce. Scarlet, yeah.
And maybe, Squeaky, the decision or what you need to or could work on, not what you need to, because I don't know what you need to do. I'm not that person. But instead of realizing that succumbing to a limit is giving up and expecting death or accepting death, that it's giving into a limit is allowing life, because everybody has a limit, and we're not at it. I don't think any of us in this room are on that space of being at their limits. And, feeling like you're turning on autopilot. Absolutely, survival mode is like autopilot. That word just triggered me in many different ways, because that is commonly what I'm thinking. Is like, why? What did I just do for the last 5 hours? I don't even know, because I'm on autopilot. And autopilot is the reactionary setting. It is the setting of living in survival mode, because everything's just happening. You're not in control of it. You're not making things happen. You're not even really making decisions. Everything is just automatically happening. When you move to intentionality and curiosity driving your discussions and letting go of those need for a limit and all that stuff, those things start giving in for, wait, now I have the ability to have these deep conversations with people based on my learned experiences. Now I can do diamond art. Now I can read books for fun. My job has gotten a lot better as I have worked on trying to be a less autopilot person. I can guarantee you 5 years ago, I literally was the definition of autopilot. Corporate, wanting to climb the corporate ladder and do all the things and be all the things, and even that stress, and I'm a Virgo, that's why I do things. No, I can change those things. I can do them differently, and I will, and I have, and I plan on continuing. Yep. That's really true, Perfect Stranger. Even with drug dependency, we fall into those familiar and known patterns, and it's not just because they're comfortable. It's because they produce the result of feeling alive. I did drugs a lot because I did not feel connected or alive, and now I'm able to achieve those same feelings with measured drugs and medication, but also with measured music and poetry and books. This conversation is now my drug. This is the new pattern for me that wasn't there before, that now allows me to have that joy and that comfort. This is what I've replaced drugs and changes with.
And I think that's good. These things can help rewire your brain and through it, but also medications and measured can help you get to the state where you can use these things to rewire your thinking, and then to the point where you don't need the medication, but you can use these skills. And that's the reason that I've been reading these books and trying to do these exercises to keep it balanced. And it's a good feeling to do the intentional work. It's very good.
How interesting is that? Perfect Stranger, yours was to numb. Many, many people feel that way. Probably most that I've talked to with drug addiction and things like that. But for me, it was the exact opposite. I was numb and I didn't feel anything. I needed to feel something. And man, the way I felt on cocaine, ecstasy especially, that bloom of connectivity, ketamine back in the 90s and early 2000s, I went from being numb to being connected in so many blooming ways. That's why I did it. And now I'm getting those connections from you guys. And I'm getting those connections from being out at the kava bars and meeting new people that I never would have talked to, people like Jeremy, and I never would have reached out to any of them and made friends. Granted, they probably reached out more than I did because I'm still a little shy, but I'm very, very shy with new people. Like, extremely.
Yeah. I can tell you the one thing about the physician prescribed ketamine therapy, which is one little part of the whole process. It immediately gives you relief to where you can focus on the process of the work. Like to go from feeling so sad and anxious.
About the journey versus the destination.
Like the instant relief that lasts days from that that physician prescribed medication therapy of ketamine has just been truly amazing. And the amazing part is, not that I could care less about the process of being on the trip, but for the days after, the instant things looked clearer, things were brighter. My mind was more positive, and I can tell a difference even in the last, few days. It's helped me to be in a mental space to where I can consciously make changes. And I couldn't recommend this enough. If you have
I'm reading it when you're done.
If you have severe depression, anxiety, really look into these different treatments. Ketamine therapy. There's another one, the stimulation ones. Look into it. I can't speak to the others, but I can say I've had a very positive beginning to the ketamine therapy.
Me too, but I've done it before. However,
was it different? Like when you did it, how was it different from?
I took a way bigger dose.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. When I did it, my life bloomed in front of me.
Mm-hmm. You actually saw things.
Oh yeah, I was hallucinating.
I didn't see anything.
I don't want to go back to that. I wouldn't want to at this point. Yeah. Here you can get it with a prescription, and if it's measured properly. So there's a lot of really good things in it. It's probably coming because people are recognizing the benefit. Even MDMA was originally identified as an antidepressant. Scarlett, speaking of, if you guys don't know Scarlett Bales, she's our resident psychiatrist who hasn't really been around too much, especially in Apocrypha, because she has finished her doctorate and is a nurse practitioner and extremely busy, but she recently got her certification to use illegal drugs. In a legal way, of course. So DMT, mushrooms, ketamine, MDMA. So she now can use those in therapy.
And look, I had 3 appointments before I even got to the dope being able to, 3. So I had the initial meeting to go over the general information on the program. I had a group session with other people in the program to go over the process. Then I had a third one-on-one with a nurse practitioner doing a complete medical history, psych history, and everything. It is very well done and safe, and it's very professional is not even the right word, but very detailed, very safe. So it's not like, I just went to the weed store with a card and got, something. It's very good.
Agreed.
Can I be a patient?
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to be a Scarlett's patient, so she's not taking patients. I do know that. I asked. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's a really good conversation. I like these, this practical exercise, the 3 breath ritual. And Jefferson Fisher talks about this a lot, the next conversation. And he talks about what we said, everyday magic. So before you reply to somebody, pause, take 1 conscious breath. Initially, you make it with a noise.
Like that?
Yes, and then you learn to do it without the noise, but have the same feeling. Ask yourself, what am I feeling? Is this mine? Am I reacting or responding? The single breath gives you that weight. And then you go into this 3 breath exercise. So breath 1, notice your body. Breath 2, name the emotion. Breath 3, choose your intention, then respond. I'm gonna try this because I need to do it more. Like, seriously. We're glad any day you join, Perfect Stranger.
Any day that you can run. 420. Ooh, I know 420.
Yeah, that's the hard part, right? Is the, wait a minute. Before I react, before I respond. Notice my body. And for me, when I do a good solid breath out, I feel like a tingle of everything going out when I'm stressed. My current emotion is excited and energetic and energized, and I want to continue this conversation forever. My intention right now is to not make it go forever because people have things they have to do and we got to switch soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start getting ready
And
soon,
then respond.
guys.
All right.
So
We're going to have to move. If you want to do that closing reflection or no? I don't know. I like it.
all right. Magic is not only found in elaborate rituals, ancient symbols, or powerful words. Sometimes the deepest magic is the moment we choose awareness over impulse, compassion over judgment, and intention over reaction. Every conscious choice shapes the energy we bring into the world. Okay, you want to do the closing blessing?
Closing blessing. May your mind be clear enough to notice, your heart be open enough to understand, and your spirit be grounded enough to choose your response with wisdom. I'm not reading that part because we're going to do stuff, right? Unless you don't want to.
What is it? Oh. Yeah, we can. We get it. I can do it if we get it going.
All right. So if you want a
people
reading, we're going to read.
But I will probably get it to how many people? Let's see.
Look at you stressing about times and dates when it matters for you.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Because you don't stress about it when it matters for others.
I do.
No, you don't.
Oh, I do.
They don't.
Give me a
Yesterday, you want examples? I've got 10.
to help me. If you could give me an example for yesterday.
You have plenty of time today to get up there. I wouldn't be stressing out over the travel.
But what is it about yesterday that to redirect
Instead
it
of
back
leaving
to that?
20 minutes earlier to make sure things went timely, you didn't and made everybody else rush. And then missed half your stuff. And then tried to get mad about it like other people were rushing you when it was really you.
Because, I did have to speak up for myself because I, by choice, had put off something that I wanted to do, changing out a doth piercing for 4 weeks, and I always came to, I'm not going to do it today because somebody wants to do this or we want to do this.
But you knew about it that morning, and you waited long enough to make it so that you knew we wouldn't have enough time.
Subconsciously, purposefully?
Yes.
To make a point. Just kidding.
Yeah, but the point
Totally
affected
kidding.
me
I'm
negatively.
just kidding.
You
And
asked.
no, we made it on time.
We did not. We were 12 minutes later than we should have been.
But it didn't affect anything.
But it affected me.
It made you feel bad.
It made me rush.
Oh.
And then you didn't take what you wanted to take and then got mad like it was their fault that you
Oh,
didn't
yes,
get to bring
that's
what you
true.
wanted to bring.
That's very
That's
true.
what stressed me out at the kava place yesterday because you were blaming them for not having your stuff when it was you that made us short on time and forgot the stuff. Clear?
Yeah, and I will never do that again. I have the right to take my things. I'm kidding. I did not miss the point.
All right.
I know what you mean.
Who would like a card?
I
You get a
recognize
general
that.
read unless you say otherwise.
Pushy. This
Mama
is my dog.
Dragon.
Mine.
Thank you, Perfect Stranger. Hail to you and all the rest of the
It's
beautiful
just
fuckers
my
too.
baby. Live action of how to communicate. in a
Hootless,
good way.
perfect. Yes.
And that was not even planned. That was
Yes, live action on how to
That was
communicate.
pretty good.
But here's the other thing. Yesterday, I didn't react to it because it wasn't a big deal. Like, I wasn't mad about it. And that's another thing that that's different for me. Sometimes I won't bring something up because it just isn't big enough for me to bring up at the time. And it wasn't. So I don't want people to think like I was sitting on it and like, oh, it's stewing on it and I'm bothered about it. I let it go until you asked about it.
I do want to show you just a couple of other books. Look.
So we got Mama, Be Hootless, Perfect Stranger, and Squeaky Silence.
This is a couple of the books that I was talking about. The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking. And your brain is always listening. Tame the hidden dragons that control your happiness, habits, and hang-up.
Okay.
Kind of interesting. I like to share my books.
Have they been read yet?
Not these two.
Perfect Stranger.
He's a perfect
Yep, I got you. I think I've got everybody. There's just 4. Mama, Hootless, Perfect Stranger, and Squeaky Silence. I just gotta make sure, because I keep missing stuff. Every week I miss somebody.
This is my Esperanto search.
Yes. You have 2 books that I got for you. One is the word search, and the other was a storybook. I don't know. You better find it, because I put them all both there for you.
I like it.
So yes, we got 4. Mama, Hootless, Perfect Stranger, Squeaky Silence. And then, if anybody else would like to read, we will do it. I've got a really cool deck today that I just bought. On August 8th, I'm doing part of a vendor fair, a cult fair. So I'm doing tarot readings. So I bought 2 copies of this deck. It's cute, but different. It's called the Clay Arcana. And it is very cute. And so I bought 2 because I'm raffling one off as part of the event. And now there's a card stuck in the bottom here that won't come out. There we go. The Fool. So I'm going to be using the Clay Arcana Tarot. As soon as Rick gets back, we'll do that. Dude, that would be a freaking phenomenal Perfect Stranger. I would love that. I've been slow working on my own. But it's just so, like right now I'm developing it, but to me it just looks too much like somebody else's. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's really hard to do a tarot deck that's not something that somebody else has already done. And finding somebody to do the artwork is going to be really painful. Not that I see. Well, maybe your Alice in Wonderland and your Incromancy deck.
Boom, 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 yeah. Boom, 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 boom.
So, August 8th. That would be awesome, Mom. We should get together on that. And I'm also open to having multiple artists do different pieces. So if you guys are interested in something like that, you know, I would definitely share any proceeds that came from it. And anything I did like that would be split evenly. I think this deck is so cute. It was very shocking because I thought it was going to be silly, and it is kind of silly, but it's just cute.
It is cute.
So we've got the Clay Arcana Tarot cards, kind of made in claymation. It reminds me of those old, Rudolph and the Snowman videos.
Mama D.
Cartoons from way back in the day when I was a kid. The claymation ones and the stop motions, and you know, Team America, fuck yeah. All of those seem really cool. Sweet. Wallace and Gromit. Yes.
You record my video. Campaign.
Gumby.
Gumby. Pokey.
So this is the
David
first
Goliath.
time. Robot Chicken. This is the first time I've ever used this deck.
David Goliath.
So it's going to take me a little bit more longer for me to go ahead and get to my first step here.
Should be my neighbor. Would you be mine? Let's dragon from me. She's so good.
All right,
What's the game?
Mama Dragon.
Where's Mama D?
Damn it.
The Justice.
I have to see
Let me see
what
they
this
have.
is here. Easier to run. All right. So, for Mama Dragon, your first card. Gonna get a little bit closer for a minute.
Ooh, swords.
Wands.
Ones. Oh,
I've really
hands.
got to get a camera that has zoom in it so that I can stop messing with this. So that's the Seven of Wands. Isn't that cute? So there's some traditional imagery in these, but it's just cute. Unexplained, I absolutely understand.
I love that. Unexplained. Why am I such a misfit? A dentist.
So, the Seven
You're
of Wands
confused.
is about recognizing and overcoming challenges and shortcomings and things that we need to walk through. In the card, you see this very contemplative young person, and they're amongst the wands around them. These items of creation and wonder. Oh yeah, it's very Coraline specific, similar. And so he's really thinking about, you know, again, contemplation. What is it that I need to do to make this work? In the story of cycles, we're in the sevens, which is end of the middle, beginning of the end of a cycle. And he's kind of this looking back and kind of running through. It's like, what is going on? What have I done so far? Where do I go? And how do I get this to the next level? Seven of Wands is really, really critical to when things are going well. And you might want to rethink what you're doing. You might want to look back through and see what's happening, see what's giving you the information that you're feeling, the things that are happening to you. So again, just you look back. We don't want to move backwards, but look back to see what's kind of been in the way before, and make sure that you're ready to kind of, prepare that if something comes up, you'll be ready for it. Seven of Wands for me is often this a look back period, a look back moment where we're just pausing and making sure that we have all of our things lined up properly. So from a career standpoint, the Seven of Wands often means that there's going to be a challenge at work or challenge related to our work or our professional lives, or even in our artistic lives, and we need to overcome that. But to do that, you want to kind of bring in all the information and think it through so that you can have the next step in place for you. Yes, definitely like an inner inventory, where the Seven of Pentacles for me is the outer inventory. It's count your chickens, count the things that you've done, and make sure that you have all the tools and all of the pieces you need to finish the project. This is the inner part of that. This is the thoughts. This is the alignment of my feelings and thoughts and all of those things to make sure we have our outcome.
All right. And I pulled the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like this is the card right after candles lit and tits out. The work is done. She's got everything laid out. All her books, her tools, her pestle, her mortal. She's got the candle and she's just waiting for it to manifest with her confidence and intuition that it's time for the work. The work is done and it's time to see the results. Hee mortal and pester. Is that what I said?
Yep.
Mortal and pester. He candles and tits out.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Traditionally, your Eight of Pentacles is a beautiful card. One of my other favorites in the deck, and it is the Masterwork card. So it's like you're really doing your finest work in whatever it is, and keep doing it, but do it with your tits out.
Well, it's just saying, I've done. I got this. Boom, boom.
No, you said tits out. I think the tits need to be out.
It's kind of like the joy thing. Water, earth, fire. That's what I feel
Her
like.
tits weren't out.
No, her tits weren't out. But that's kind of what I feel like. She's commanding with a confidence.
Yeah, I get that. Hootless.
Hooty hoo, hooty hoo,
is up
hooty hoo.
next. Hootless.
Hooty hoo, hooty hoo. What you gonna do?
I think I might go to Roots this afternoon.
Oh, yeah,
and
we
do
should.
some things.
Yeah, we should.
All right, Hootless. My card for you today, right now, is the King of Swords.
Those two suck.
I love the King of Swords, but isn't this cute? And you know what I love? How he did the claymation with like focus. Like the clouds in the back are out of focus and he's focused, but guess what? That's what the King of Swords is. He's the focal point. He's definitely the part that's in front and doing it
with your tits
and
out.
and just there and present. So the King of Swords is a very specific energy in your life, and it often refers to the person we're reading. So it's you. The King of Swords is very thoughtful. He is very organized in his thoughts. He's very logical, but he also has an air of openness. So I like to think of it in terms of science, right? Air is a gas. Gas expands to the size of the container it's in, and it can dissipate. So this is all about expanding and allowing yourself to open and expand more. When the King of Swords shows up, it's you bringing in more knowledge, more energy, more thoughts, continuing the conversations,
Oh my god.
and doing more of that. Come on.
Throwing up.
Did she eat this morning?
Nope.
That's probably why.
Oh, babies. I did not feed them.
Yeah. Sorry, we have a sick dog.
Sorry, Misha.
So the King of Swords is really this energy. Yeah, that is a very Santa card, isn't it? This King of Swords energy for you is really open it up, take more in whatever you're like listening to or reading or conversing about. It's a really important topic to you. Let it really come in and pull things into you.
You okay, baby?
Big ass hairball.
Oh, baby Sapicha. We're gonna feed you a little coquillas. Was that Prim?
That's Prim. That's Piper, but it was Prim that threw up.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
Sorry,
Just want to make
Prim.
sure the girls are good.
This is my
But anyway, back to the King of
babies.
Swords. Really, really, really important with the swords for me is that idea that your mindset is in a really good place to bring in new energy, new thoughts, new ideas, work on concepts. If you're building something, if you're thinking of a new thought process that's new to you, really go deep in it, expand it, and work on it. If you're applying things to the real world, to your life, to be very specific. The swords cut. Oftentimes, swords are used for killing, but they can also be used like a knife to trim something so that it can bloom. And that's what the King of Swords is doing. He's trimming things so that they can bloom. So allow those thoughts and energies to really get big.
Oh, I love this. Oh, I love these.
She loves to kiss right after No, this is Prim.
But they both can.
And then the other Chihuahua is over here looking at me, wagging her tail, and yelling at me.
This is my sweet pie for everybody. The
Your
one
turn.
that's hugging me. She gives love.
So, let's hope that gives you some insight.
Look, baby.
Well, if that new project needs an injection of thought, logic, step by step, and decision making, the King of Swords is your energy.
So I drew the Page of Pentacles, which is also about something new, a new
Physical
opportunity, a new project. Take it on and enjoy it. That's what my Page of Pentacles is saying to you. So it kind of tracks, kind of goes with yours. A new opportunity, new project, new group, new setting. Take it on and enjoy it. That's La Petite Patate. Ruminating on it and finally got some working materials from Amazon. Oh. Okay. Well, hey, enjoy it. This is telling me to enjoy it. Enjoy it. Good and enjoy it. Cool deal. That's what the Page of Pentacles is saying too. She agrees right with you.
You are the cutest thing ever.
No, Piper too.
Ma petite.
Ma
Even though
petite.
you're going to leave me and go right to
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
No, she actually lay down.
I love you.
All right, Perfect Stranger is up next.
Perfect Stranger. 420.
Afraid of the zeros and
I thought it was
ones,
Perfect Stranger,
A
420.
minute too late. What did I say?
Perfect Stranger. I'm addicted to Culver's hamburgers now.
Well, let's order some before you leave.
I would love one.
Breakfast or lunch.
A double.
Meaning all along with what we're
I don't
needing.
leave till 3 or 4. Which is fine. This is Perfect Stranger. Perfect
After the
Stranger.
storm.
If I'm lost and I'll run away, haven't you heard? I'm pulling
Perfect
cards
Stranger,
from
you got the moon.
Stranger.
This is a really neat moon. It's very different from our
Ooh,
traditional
nicey,
moon
nicey.
too, but it does have some of the imagery down there at the bottom. It is a little bit hard to see probably. The moon from the major arcana comes up when two things happen. One, you need some contrast. So there's something in your life that is getting lost in the mix of things. It's like invisible because there's not enough contrast around it. So think about looking at that thing differently. Adding contrast in a different matter can really help us see and move into different areas. You know, a lot of times we think about things in the moonlight are hard to see because it's not bright, and we think that if the sun is out, then we can see things much better. And while that may be true with direct vision, when you look at the same scene in moonlight, it has a different feel to it. It has a different energy to it. And that's what the moonlight brings in, is the idea that we need to look at this thing under a different light. Change the light, change what the contrast is so that you can see, it's like, wait a minute, I didn't notice that before because the light was so bright. Now that it's not, and I have this dark kind of contrasting situation, I can see what really is meant for me to be seen. And that hopefully will help you get to the next place. Another thing that often is brought up by the moon is our relationship to our mother and our relationship to the feminine, and that needs some work or some action with how we're addressing those things. Maybe we've been pushing them down and they need to come up and they need to be dealt with. But contrast absolutely would be the critical piece. So try shining a different light on it. Try thinking it of a different way. Think of, you know, I've always thought that it was this, and maybe entertain that it's something else. Even if it's not, see if it is. And you can come, you know, even if we look at something in a different way, like, no, you know what, that actually isn't right. That's just as much information as if it is true. When we do investigations, we get information and statements from people who weren't involved in the incident, because knowing that they don't have something and having that negative space filled is just as important as knowing what did happen. And you'd be surprised at what you find by reading and looking into things that you didn't think were a part of something.
All right, first stranger, I drew 7 of Wands, and she's very focused on meditating, being grounded, kind of like this could be with the recovery, but to continue to share your thoughts about it, be in touch with yourself. You need you to stay ahead of it. So like by being grounded and just checking in, you know, with yourself, not necessarily with anybody else, but to stay ahead of that process and remain grounded through what you're going through, which is good.
Very nice.
What's that? Da-da-da.
Ooh, that was 2 knocks.
Do-do-do-do. Who?
You. Oh, we do.
So, Dragon was with her tits out. What will Squeaky? What will
Squeaky
Squeaky do?
Silence is not going to hold his tits out.
Okay, no, he won't have his tits out.
All right. Eight of Swords. Squeaky Silence, Eight of Swords is all about needed rest to prevent the things from falling on you and knocking you over.
He might.
So in this Eight of Swords, the character is blindfolded, which recognizes and tells us that there are things that we can't see that are happening all around us. Decisions are being made, ideas are being thought, and things are happening that we're not aware of, but they still affect us. And in order for us to understand and learn and feel them, we need to rest. So if you're not getting good sleep, or if you're not getting enough rest, you need to look at that and kind of have some relaxation. If you are getting enough rest, then we're going to pivot to needing to meditate differently or doing something a little bit different, because I get the feeling with the Eight of Swords in general that we're not resting to allow things to happen the way they need to happen, or that we're forcing something too much. So maybe take a look around and see, is something being pushed or pressured in a way that it doesn't need to be? Are you putting an expectation on yourself that's unrealistic, whether it's truly unrealistic or just unrealistic for you? And step away from it for a minute. Get a rest or a break from it and then come back to it. A lot of times the Eight of Swords comes up when there's conflicts at work, or when there's conflicts in our professional or our private lives that aren't real conflicts. They're conflicts because we're pushing ourselves to do something we don't want to do, or that we don't like to do, or they're not comfortable with, without giving it a minute to breathe. So if there's something that's going on for you and that it's stressing you out and you're having a hard time with it, step away for a little bit, come back to it. It'll still be there. If it's not, I don't know how to tell you, there's something that's coming that way.
And I, kind sir, pulled the 9 of Cups. This person is so freaking jubilant. They, have a very rewarding emotional relationship. Could that be because Dragon practices with her tits out? I don't know. But the relationship there is something that's feels very fulfilling to you. And it's worth more than gold. Just to celebrate that. Keep hollering out and dancing and jumping and shouting joy and live in that, probably. So just be that. That's a really good feeling. That's a cool card.
Yeah.
Probably. I hope it rings true to you.
Holy air.
Those ring.
Well, hopefully you guys got something out of
to
that.
you. I hope.
There's a small amount of reads, which is probably good because I know you got to get going and get your preps done and all that stuff.
Titties.
So
Titty shit.
we absolutely love doing this. This is my favorite thing ever in this world. So I hope you enjoy it, and we really, really, really want to extend our thanks for spending Sunday time with us and allowing us to have this conversation. Because, like I said earlier, this is my new meditation. This is my addiction of things that help me feel and do things. So we're gonna peace out.
And I have an election to go win.
Yes, he has an election to go in.
Think of me Tuesday morning.
We're going to play some music. I'm gonna end on my favorite song. It's gonna get started in just a second, and eventually we're gonna have credits here.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm gonna put the credits in the Discord so you can kind of see where we are. These are the things that we enjoy, that we love, that we like to share with you to maybe better your life or some personal growth. And if you have any you'd like to share, let us know. And also, as we always say, if you want to be featured in the credits, if you want us to share with our small little community what you're working on and your channels, then please let us know. We'll put them in there. Rook is running for an FHCA office with the Florida Healthcare Association. Yes.
For a regional spot.
Dragon's always coming soon, but is she ever going to come?
Well, that brings me back to the point, because she was coming soon on our last and slide. And then I want to put that back up too. You mentioned the credits, but maybe we should do a slow roller of that too.
That's what credits are.
Well, I mean about the other creators too.
That's what credits are.
That's a credit, even though they're not featured. I would like it, whatever it is. I want to do it. We'll bring back Dragon, but she won't be coming soon. She'll be there in real time, manifesting. Yes, it is.
So we'll get that together. But again, if you guys are creating content or you'd like to direct somebody to a Facebook page and look at your favorite YouTube channels, just let us know. We're going to add you on the featured section of the credits, and then we'll share all of our favorite stuff.
All of it.
All of it.
All of it.
All of it. But today we'll put it in the Discord.
In the Discord. Come
and listen,
on.
if you want to, you don't have to, but if you want to, listen to my favorite song, Hail and Farewell.
Hail and farewell.
From earth we rise, to earth we return. From stardust we came, through mystery we journey. Many are our paths, yet one is our circle. Many are our names, yet one is our longing. Oh, gather close and sing as one.
Beneath the moon, beneath the sun,
Though many roads roads our feet may roam.
In heart and spirit we are whole.
May the light be with us. May the peace be within us. May the love between us grow.
May the earth beneath us bring strength. May the waters around us bring healing.
Healing flow
Healing flow,
like the river,
soft and slow,
hand in hand,
and heart to heart.
never truly far apart. May the fire within us bring courage. May the winds among us bring wisdom.
We honor the known and the unknown,
The spoken and the silent.
the ancestors and those
Yet to come. Oh, gather close and sing as one.
beneath the moon, beneath the sun.
Though many roads our feet may roam.
In heart and spirit we are whole. We are whole.
Though our prayers have different words, our hearts beat together in this moment.
May healing flow where there is hurt.
May hope rise where there is despair.
May kindness guide our hands and our steps.
We are children of the earth, citizens of the stars, and companions upon this turning world. Together we send healing. Together we receive healing. Together we remember. Oh, gather close and sing as one.
Beneath the moon, beneath the sun.
From earth and stars our song is spun.
Many the voices.
Our circle is one. Our circle is one. We belong to one another,
We belong to this living world
and we belong to the great mysteries.
so may it be.
So may it be. So may it be.
So may it be.
Mm.